it's Keira and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well and welcome to today's video, which is a little bit different. It's not pinpointed or anything, it's literally just a Q&A, sit down with me type video. I asked you guys over on Twitter and Instagram to send me in some questions of what you want me to answer, whether they are motorsport related or my personal life related. I've got a mixture of both, but most of them are motorsport, but that's absolutely fine. So yeah, I just thought for today's video I'd do a little bit of a different one because I don't think many of you guys really know that much about me. So I thought I would sit down and give you guys, you know, my preferences on motorsport, things about me that you might not know, just random questions. So before I get into the video, if you do enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up, but do not forget to subscribe to my channel down below. But yeah, let's just jump into the first question. So the first question is from my lovely friend Beth from Beth1, and she has said, what's your meal deal? Now, I am actually a vegetarian, if you didn't know, so I don't eat meat, so it's a little bit difficult for me on a meal deal. You can't just go in and get a sandwich because the only thing you can really get is like egg and cress. So I normally get like a pasta, something like a tomato kind of pasta, and then for a drink I normally get the most expensive drink you can get for the like it's like £2.75 because a meal deal's £3. I don't know why, I think most people get what I mean, a lot of people do that. And then I will get like a Lucozade maybe, or like a iced latte or something like that. And then for the other bit I normally go with like a packet of popcorn. Like at the time I'm never really interested in crisps, so I just get a popcorn bag. So it's a little bit different, it's a little bit out there. I'm not just a basic girl with my meal deals, I actually pick something a little bit out there. So the next question is from Tinas from the TF1 show, and he has said, who do you think will be the brightest junior star in the next 5 years? And I know my answer hands down. People are going to be like, what, Keira, you can actually pick a junior without actually picking half the grid? Yes, I can. And the answer is Gabriel Mini. He is currently in his first season of single seaters. He is doing F4, Italian F4 and ADAC F4, and he's absolutely smashing it. He's like 15 years old. He is incredible. I actually mentioned him in my future F1 stars video. I'll leave it up here, or you can find it on my channel. It was like 5 videos ago. He's amazing. Like, this man is so fast, and I will tip him for everything. I feel like he is going to be signed up to probably Ferrari soon. I can't see why a team will not pick him up. I think he's amazing. So yeah, if I'm looking at like 5 years, definitely going to be him. If I'm looking at 2 or 3 years, I could give you a different answer, but 5 years, definitely Gabriel. So the next question is from Match817, and they said, how old are you? I am actually 18 years old. I work full time. I'm not in education or anything like that. I work full time, and yeah, I am 18, born in 2002. Question underneath from Alex Brown, are you dating anybody? Not really, no. The next question is from Callum Blythe, and he has said, who do you think will be the first female Formula 1 driver? This is really difficult to say because obviously we've got people like Jamie Chadwick, Sophia Flörsch, Amna Al-Khabasi hanging around. They're like doing their bits, they're doing amazing, but are they going to make it to Formula 1? We don't know. It's really difficult to say. I don't just want to be like, oh, that one because they're there, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of momentum going in from the FIA and also Ferrari to get a junior girl up. They're looking at like Carters, so it may not be until like 10 years time that we actually see a girl come up into Formula 1, but I definitely think it's going to happen one day. There's no way we're not going to get one. Just when and who, I really don't know. I don't really think Sophia's quite got it. I think Jamie's got it. I think Amna may have it when she kind of comes more into like this single-seater European side of things. But yeah, I don't know. Valley Not Listening has said, how do you rate Seb today? And do you think that he's in the top 5 or 10 of all time in his prime? Absolutely. I actually wasn't watching Formula 1 while Seb was in his prime, which I wish I was older because I wish I was be able to watch that because it looked amazing. I would love to have seen it in the present. I definitely think he's in the top 5 or top 10. At the moment, I don't think he's doing great, but I just think, you know, he's given up on this year. He's given up on Ferrari, or Ferrari gave up on him. I feel like he'll definitely bounce back when he's out Aston Martin next year. There's no two ways about it. That man has got talent, and there's no way he will just drop. Like, if he wanted to drop, he would have left the sport. Now, Will from FP1 has said, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate Marcus Armstrong's F2 season this year. Will knows what he's doing. And also, I love Tinas's reply, Will, piss off. Honestly, I would rate it like a 5 because he got a couple of podiums, you know, he done well at the start of the season. It's just, it kind of went downhill a little bit. I don't think the setup and working with ART was right for him, but he's moving on next year, which is good. But yes, I don't think it reflects his ability. I don't think it reflects his level of, you know, natural ability in the car. I just think 2020 was not the year for him, but he'll come back stronger, hopefully. A question from Chloe Grace has said, how old were you when you watched your first Formula 1 race? I want to say it was 2013, 2014. So I was like 11, 12 years old. I don't really remember it. Like, you know, some people always like, I remember my first time I watched a race. I don't remember it. I just remember seeing Ham on the TV and Butt on the TV, and I was like, I like them. Like, they're my favourites. And I used to ask my dad a couple of questions about it. He was the one that watched it. I probably had it on in the background when I was like 8 because my dad has definitely watched it his whole life, but actually whether I paid any attention is another thing. So yeah, I just remember kind of 2013, 2014 time, remembering the name Ham and Butt and Alonso and things like that, and like the graphics. But in terms of actually like watching, I really don't have a pinpoint memory. Now the next question is from Matt Amos, and this is such a good question. He said, if you had to remove 5 drivers from the current F1 grid, who would it be and why, and who would you replace instead? This is such an easy question for me. Matt actually asked this before like the Haas announcements and the Alpha announcements. This is easy for me. I could get rid of Valtteri Bottas, I could get rid of Kimi Raikkonen, I could get rid of Antonio Giovinazzi, I could get rid of Kevin Magnussen, I could get rid of Romain Grosjean, go with Guan Yu Zhou, we could go with Mick Schumacher, we could go with Callum Ilott, we could go with Nick de Vries, we could like come more from the Formula E side of things, go with people like Sam Bird, Mitch Evans, Robin Freins. There's so many amazing drivers out there, Rene Rast for sure, that should make it into Formula 1 and should be there. So yeah, I could easily do that. I could name more than 5. Now the next question is from Paige, and I actually had a couple of questions like this, but they said, what got you into motorsport and how did the opportunities with Veloce and F-Series arise? So I'll start with Veloce first. Veloce actually, the first thing they followed me on social media is back in like July time, and I was like, oh my god, like it's Veloce, this is really good. And then they were like, what's your email address? We want to get in contact, whatever. So they sent me a lovely email basically saying, we love your stuff, would love to work with you. And I was like, oh my god. So yeah, I signed on the dotted line, and now I am a content creator for Veloce. I love Veloce, I love everything they do. We had a lovely day in London shooting for the apparel the other day, and I got to meet the team. It was really good, and there's so many more things that we can do together. There's so many more things that we've got planned for 2021. Obviously it's just difficult at the moment because of coronavirus. There's not too much I can do. I can't go up to London as much as I'd like to, because we are in national lockdown now. But yeah, that's kind of how my opportunity with Veloce arose. They got in contact, and obviously I said yes because they are amazing and I love them. Everyone in the team's amazing, and yeah, I'm just excited for the future with that. And for F-Series, we were the first kind of girls that we found in like the content community, and we kind of all came together and were like, look, we could do something here as a group. We can do something as a female group here. So we started doing videos together. One of our first videos, we literally just recorded our Zoom call, but since then, especially Dawny, big shout out to Dawny, she's been working mega hard on our edits, and our videos look amazing now. And I love them girls. They're all my best friends. We get on all the time. It's not just like we come up together every week to do like filming for F-Series. We talk non-stop all the time. The amount of notifications I've got on my phone right now from them is ridiculous. They don't shut up. I love them. I love them all so much. We've got such a lovely group with the F-Series girls, and yeah, I love them all so much. So yeah, that's my stories on Veloce and F-Series. So a question from Paul, and he said, which country not on the regular calendar would you most like to go and watch a race at? Now this is easy. This is 100% Turkey, Istanbul Park. I'm actually filming this before the Grand Prix weekend. However, this is going to come out after it, so I don't know how the race was. Hopefully it was good. I really want to go. Turkey is my favourite country. I'm obsessed with Turkey. I love Turkey, and I would love to watch a race there. I mean, F1 cars and Turkey just sounds a dream to me, so I would love to go. Hopefully it comes on the calendar, you know, back again one day. Hopefully the race was good this weekend. I feel like it's so weird talking to you knowing you would have watched it, but hopefully it's really good because I want to see it on the calendar. Now, question from Steph from All About Steph 1, and she said, what made you switch from doing beauty in your channel to motorsport? So if you didn't know, I actually used to be kind of like a beauty, fashion, lifestyle, all round like one of those like YouTube channels on this channel. I'd done that for like a year and a half until I switched to do motorsport, and I switched because I just fell out of love with it. I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber ever since I was like 12 years old. I've just loved YouTube, but I fell out of love with doing just basic YouTube stuff, and it wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. It turned into more of a chore than a love. And it got to the point where I was like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I stopped and I turned my attention to motorsport, and now I love what I'm doing. Like, I've been doing this now for like nearly a year, and I love it. I get so excited for every video I put out because I've just got such a lovely little audience with me, and I thank all of you for watching my videos, and if you're still here, thank you, because I just love all the support I get, and it makes me want to do what I do even more. So yeah. So Zach from Apex F1 said, if you could choose one track to be the season finale for the rest of time, what would it be? Now, honestly, I don't hate Abu Dhabi being the final race of the season as much as everybody else. And I know it sounds weird, but I kind of like it being a night race. I wouldn't like to put one of the best races at the end of the season just because the championship's going to be over, the constructors is going to be over. I just would not like to see a really good race being at the end of the season. So I feel like Abu Dhabi's not a bad one. Maybe Bahrain is nice. It would be nice to see what Bahrain is like in the next couple of weeks to see whether that's good at the end of the season rather than at the start. But I definitely don't mind Abu Dhabi being at the end. But also, if you were going to ask me what the first race of the season should be, it should not be Australia. I can tell you that for a fact. So I've got a great question from Sophie here. She said, which GP would you like to go for the fan experience, and which would you like to go for solely for the track? For the fan experience, I've been to Silverstone. I know how amazing that is. Like, that's so good. But maybe also Monza. I think Monza looks really good for the fan experience. I think there's a lot to do there. It looks really fun. Just kind of, I think more of the European races, I feel like they've got more of like attractions on and things like that. But in terms of the track, I would definitely say Baku or Singapore. I feel like there's not too much going on there. Obviously, there's street circuits. There's not so much you can put out. But I'm obsessed with Baku. If you watch F-Series, or if you are an F-Series girl, you know Baku's got good vibes. We love Baku. But also Singapore, we all love Singapore as well. So yeah, one of those probably. Alex does F1, said a simple one. Marmite, yes or no? No. Even though I haven't had it for ages, but no. Question from Hannah Smart, and she said, career goals, please and thank you. That's a difficult one. I know I want to be in motorsport. I know that's what I want to do. I love doing YouTube. That's something I really love doing. I think I'm quite confident on camera. I enjoy doing this sort of stuff. So I'd like to maybe do something in presenting in Formula One. Maybe I'd like to do some commentating. Maybe I'd like to do, I don't know, something like social media. I'm really good at social media. Like, I'm not the most educated person, I guess. I'm not the most intelligent person. I'm not technological. I'm not anything like that. Like, I don't know about engineering or anything like really like hardcore, but I love social media, comms, PR. I'd love to get in something like that, or I'd love to just do things on the camera, like in terms of presenting, or just YouTube. So something like that within motorsport. I don't care whether it's Extreme E, Formula E, Formula One, Formula 3. I really don't mind. I love all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, probably something along those lines I would love to do for my career. The F1 Debate Show have said, what are your hobbies outside motorsport and YouTube? Now I looked at this question. I don't really know. I don't really know the answer. I love seeing my friends. I'm like one of those people. I'm like, if I'm out, I'm like an extrovert. I'm out. But then if I'm like in, I'm really like, I'm in. So I love going out with my friends. I love seeing my closest friends. That's something I love to do. I love doing things with them, spontaneous things, you know, just doing what we want to do. But at the same time, I really love being by myself, probably more so. I can't always deal with my friends for that long. I love being by myself. I do work a lot on my YouTube. I love always thinking of new video ideas and stuff like that. I love watching YouTube videos. I don't really do much else. I don't really have any other hobbies. Like, I don't really do anything else. Veloce Esports have said, would you really eat your foot if the Imola GP was boring? Now, I don't know if I tweeted this or if I said it in Backseat Driver, but would I really have ate my foot? I mean, you're not going to know now, because the Imola GP wasn't that bad, so you're not going to know whether I would have ate my foot or not. The next question is from Beth1 again, and she said, how was it being one of the only female F1 channels for a while and suddenly having a beautiful influx of new content creators? Yeah, when I first started my channel, like January, February time, I was kind of the only person I knew, regardless of female or male. I really didn't know that many people in the community. I don't know if there was that many people in the community. So I kind of was just staying in my lane, doing my business, you know, doing the YouTube videos and the content I was doing. I didn't really reach out to anybody, but then luckily we all came together as one in like a big WhatsApp group, and we've formed some amazing friendships and some amazing communities. So yeah, it wasn't nice being by themselves. I love that there's so many more people in the community now, and I just love to share my platform with other people who love my sport as well. A question from EW Car Racing, and it's, do you watch any other series other than F1, F2 and F3? Yes, I am a massive just petrol head. I love everyone. I say petrol head, I'm now going to say Formula E, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm such a car fan. There's so many series I followed. This year I haven't followed as many. I don't know why. I think it's just been a weird year. But I follow Formula E. I'm going to follow Extreme E. Obviously, I follow Formula 1, Formula 2, Formula 3. I follow DTM. I follow MotoGP. I follow, oh my gosh, I've literally forgotten. I follow IndyCar. There's so many. I can't even think of them all right now. I follow so many series. I follow Formula Regional. I follow Formula Renault Euro Cup. There's so many series that I follow and I love. And yeah, I don't have the time for it. I really don't. I follow W Series. Of course I follow W Series. Obviously they haven't been on this year. But yeah, so many series I follow. Too many. I need to stop. The Pit Kid said Mick Schumacher or Callum Ilott. Now, I don't know what the context is. If it's for the championship, I feel like Mick may have it, but I still think Callum's done absolutely incredible this year, and it's a shame that he doesn't have an opportunity next year in Formula 1, because I think he's drove amazing. But at the same time, Mick Schumacher has done an amazing job this year. For all the times that he's had issues while he's running in P3, if he didn't, he would have won the championship by now. So hats off to Mick's done an amazing job, and it'd be great to see him in Formula 1 next year. Vehicle Valhalla, sorry, can't say that. What is your favourite feeder series team? Now, I would love to sit here and say someone like Trident or High Tech or ART, but I'm going to have to say Prema. I don't want to be the basic girl who's saying Prema, but I love Prema. If you've never seen Prema's YouTube videos, you need to go on Prema Racing or Prema Power Team. They do the best YouTube videos ever. You will be stuck in a loophole for the whole night watching those videos. They are incredible. They've done them for absolutely years. You'll see so many drivers you know on there. They make the funniest videos. They do the greatest challenges, and they just look like such a nice family. And I want to be a part of Prema. Like, if you're watching Prema, I want to be a part of your team somehow. Like, I want to get involved. Now I've got another question from Veloce, and they said, would you rather shave your head once or never be able to do your nails again? Now, I was thinking about this one. I actually have no nails on at the moment, which is unheard of, so don't look, because that's not me. Honestly, I would shave my head, and I tell you why I'd shave my head, because I could wear wigs, and I could change my hair colour every day of the week. I could go brown, blonde, pink, purple, whatever. So I think I'd shave my head and wear wigs. So I've got around that one. And the final question to finish off with is, who will be your favourite driver once Lewis retires? And who will finish their career with more championships, Max or Charles? So firstly, I'll start with the second one. I don't know why. My brain went that way. I personally don't think Max or Charles are going to get any world championships. Mega. I know. Can't believe I've said that. If I was to pick one, I'd say Charles, because I feel like Ferrari would come back up and probably be more powerful than Red Bull. I don't see Max leaving Red Bull. I don't know where he's going, unless he goes to Mercedes, but I don't know. It depends on what Mercedes do, but probably Charles. But over both of them, I would say George Russell. And who will be my favourite driver once Lewis retires? It's going to be so weird when Lewis retires. Oh my gosh. I was going to say George Russell and Pierre Gasly. I think George is hopefully going to be up in that Mercedes, and I think he'll just be the one that I really want to win. But Pierre Gasly, I'm obsessed with Pierre Gasly, so I think he's definitely going to be one that I'm going to follow for a long, long time, regardless of what series he's in. So there we have it. That is it for today's video. I know that was a little bit more of a long one, but yeah, I've answered as many questions as I can. I don't want this to go on for too long, but if you want me to do a part 2, or if you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments. I will either answer in the comments or I'll do a part 2. But yeah, I hope you learn a little bit more about me. And yeah, if you want to know more about like my personal life, or if you want to know more about my motorsport life or anything like that, I'm an open book. I'm here to tell you. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll return with more motorsport content soon. Goodbye.